Welcome back inside Red Call. The Pennsylvania.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the 2025 NCAA Championships gymnastics second round. We're live at the
rotation left. Alex Pearlman, Kennedy Baker, back with you. So
and welcome the winner of this competition will move on. The loser of this game goes home.
Oh my goodness, has the Michigan State senior been amazing?
You know, head coach Mike Rose said that she was capable of a 10 on every single event, and we saw it today. That was one of the cleanest Yurchenko 1.5s I've ever seen. Absolutely deserved that score.
Yeah, she got her first perfect 10 on vault, and now she goes to beam where, well, she just got her first ever perfect 10 last week at Big Ten Championships. It's going to be tough to catch her. Nikki Smith is right there, though, in case something happens with Steven, and then the Kentucky's Rodriguez and Kilo Wilhelm, each with that same score through 3 rotations, 2.5 tenths back. Mike Monroe might have a little bit of a scowl on his face, but I think he's excited with what he has seen so far. And now it's really go time for Ohio State and Penn State, because finish in the top 2 in each of the second round sessions to advance to the regional final on Saturday night. And they are not in position at this moment. Kennedy, you would think that both Michigan State and Kentucky know where they stand. They know what they need to do, but they're also well aware that there's still one more rotation to go, and you can't take anything for granted in this competition.
You can't take anything for granted. Michigan State is excellent at beam, but again, it's beam. And they could give away 10s on floor as well. We've seen throughout the season steps here and there that Tim Garrison's been working on with the team. So this isn't over for Ohio State or Penn State, but they need to step up.
Yeah, they really do. Ohio State will go to vault, where they are 14th in the country. This is actually their best event with an NQS national qualifying score of 49.35. Penn State's to the bars. Michigan State on beam. Kentucky closes on floor, where most notably Haley Davis is not included in this lineup, the All-American on floor. Sydney Washington starts off for the Buckeyes.
Nice job, small hop in place. Head coach Meredith Paul-Civic has talked about working on their blocks coming into the regional competition. She wants to see a lot of rise off of the table from her group.
All right, here's Penn State, Maddie Johnston in the leadoff.
Unfortunately, couldn't get that save. Fought so hard to keep it on top of the bar. Just had so much power coming down to the skill on that low bar. It's hard to gauge those shootovers. They're a difficult skill.
Michigan State begins on beam. Skyla Schulte, the second of her 2 events. We also saw her on floor, and 9.85 for her there in the anchor spot in that rotation.
Well, if I were to last year,
Skyla is distinctive on beam, has really unique choreography and challenging skills throughout the routine. Nice job. Looks credited in the arm swings, just a slight bobble in the shoulder. I love that slide to split that she does. Choreography is not usually challenged. So when the athletes take that artistry to another level, I love to see it as well as the judges. Nice opening pass from Jillian on the right side of the screen as well. Has some unique leaps throughout her routine. That's a hard tour which is also known as the Gojin, which is what the struggle was at the Olympics, the debated leap that they were talking about.
At this point, Michigan State and Kentucky are just looking for hits. Do that, no one's going to catch them, and they are going to be as expected into the regional on Saturday. They will need them to falter if Ohio State and Penn State have a chance.
I've never heard him be before.
Mindset to be in, though, at the same time, Kennedy, as Riley Guevara goes on vault. With a hop back there under your Chenko.
Don't tell me the link is officially
because
broken.
You can't just be like, or correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you can't, like, just do enough. You have to go out and perform to the best of your ability, right? Or else
you're not gonna send it to me anymore.
And something unforeseen.
We did that, but
happens.
we need to do it now.
Gymnastics is not a sport that you can hold back and be tentative on. You've got to be aggressive and deliver, even if you're in a good spot. And you've got to go into it not thinking, you know, that you're already there.
You never got back to me. Don't you tell me and say we gotta go up there.
And mistakes throughout the lineup.
That's what I have to.
Katie Duplessis, the freshman from Michigan, has her first go in the NCAA championship.
I don't think so.
Definitely a harder job for Michigan State right now than Kentucky. Nice dismount from Alina.
If you cannot do it.
But harder job for Michigan State. They're up on the beam. They don't get the advantage of being on the floor. A little harder to fall off of the floor. And Katie has stepped up so much as a freshman this year. Nice job getting that stick. Don't give those tints away. She's turned to Gabby and Skyla for mentorship this year, and you couldn't have better mentors than them.
Isabella Magnelli salutes, coming off of that huge 995, virtually flawless beam routine. She is pretty good on floor as well.
Just a fun floor worker. Has the biggest smile out of all of her passes. You can tell she's enjoying gymnastics. She seemed the most free to me in this fifth-year spot that she ever has competing.
Well, we don't know how to parade it.
From Carly with Ohio State. Those are the landings that they need. That's a difficult vault to stick. You're coming in forwards with straight legs.
Held on to it, though. 985-975 at the moment for Ohio State. Things got a lot tougher with Maddie Johnston coming off of the bars because they need 5 straight hits in order to have any chance of advancing to Saturday's regional final.
Closing with a double pike for Bella. Great job. Barely even runs into that. Almost lands in the middle of the floor. Always impressive to me.
Another really good one. And if her teammates follow her, we very much might be seeing at least one more floor routine in her storied Kentucky career. Following Duplessis's... Wow. I was not expecting that one to come out. 9.775. You can't put an S at the end of Duplessis. Just doesn't work. 9.775. You know, it's theoretically correct. It just sounds a little crazy.
I leave the last names to you for a reason.
That's right.
You know, I said Emma and nicknames all throughout these competitions, and I'm going to continue to do that. Good effort from Emma there on that handspring. Yes, good job keeping it on top. Floating from Elizabeth on bars. She's having a meet today. And another stuck dismount. A lot of bar sticks today. I'm impressed with these teams dialing in, getting these landings. We talked about earlier, they're on a basketball court. That wood, the impact of your muscles landing is a little more intense. They're at the end of the season. It's harder on your body. Good job fighting to get the sticks today.
Cecily Riz, that's ready. Following the 9.875 from Magnelli. This is a lineup that usually builds towards Breslin Bros capable of the 10-0 at the end. We got one against Arkansas this year. Caitlin Grimes on the left side of your screen nails her Yurchenko fault.
Clean vault from Carly. There Yurchenko pulls as well. Get bigger, further back in the lineup, and Cecily has so much power, such a fun gymnast.
They've really been relying on Rizzo so far in this meet.
And really throughout the season, coming in as a sophomore this year, she competed as a freshman, but this year she's had to step up even more.
Side of your screen, Delaney Harkness is ready from Leslie, Michigan. Small town, just a half hour south of East Lansing.
Nice
last meet against Big Tens was her first on beam all year long.
Nice job. Could tell she was a little bit off. Takes that seniority to keep it on top of the beam, to know where you're at, not pop up too quickly, keep those knees bent. It's a difficult switch leap. I love the extension she hits in the air. He usually gets 180 degrees.
She's so seasoned. I mean, what a luxury it is for Mike Rowe and his staff to be able to put her up here on beam in this type of situation when maybe it's not the highest pressure, but I have a feeling it will be on Saturday if they get there.
That was fantastic. Michigan State has a lot of depth that they've been able to play with this year. One of the reasons they're one of the more talented teams in the country this year.
They're kind of a team, I feel like, that has a bit of an it factor this season. You know, it's not really definable, but Michigan State is someone that I feel like a lot of people have gotten behind as a potential dark horse to maybe even win a national championship.
You know what it is? They have swag. And
they have swag.
Missouri.
Missouri's right in that conversation. Certainly UCLA this year. It's not definable, but you just kind of you feel it surrounding those programs.
Swaggy teams. They have this electricity. You want to watch. Their gymnasts are fun to watch. Your eyes just draw to them naturally.
Did you have that in 2015 in Florida?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. You guys were swaggy?
A little bit. You know, I'm not going to say we weren't swaggy.
Bridget just exudes, right?
Yes. I said you exude swag on the air, yes.
Our colleague Bridget Sloan won as many national championships as you could ever dream of. And she'll be with Jason Ross Jr. in Utah a little bit later on today on the call. Delaney following up the 9.825 from Cecily Rizzo.
She's changed this routine slightly from last year with that opening pass, front Rudy layout, 2-foot. I love the way she performs that. Gets eyes, and it's hard to keep your feet together on a layout 2-foot out of a Rudy.
Nikki Smith on the left side of your screen for Michigan State has the best chance to catch Gabby Stevens. Her lowest score today in the all-around 9.85 on vault.
Nice acro series there from Nikki. Oh, and just too much power from Delaney on that last pass. Kept it on her feet. Nikki Smith's beam routine on the left side of your screen. Pay attention to how she off of the beam, ends with this gigantic double tuck. It's interesting. Both Michigan teams, Michigan State and the University of Michigan, are the only teams with competitors that have a double tuck in their lineup. Probably because it's a super hard dismount and it's hard to find the stick on. Check out the height on this. She explodes off of the beam. So much power, just small shuffle to the side. Clean routine though from Nikki, and that disc is challenging.
Really good routine following up Delaney's 985.
You're not going to see these athletes throughout the rest of the composition besides the University of Michigan do that skill because it's so difficult.
Just one final competitor now for Ohio State. On the left side of your screen, the all-arounder Tori Vetter finishing off her day. A 9-9 from Smith right before her. No matter what she does, won't be enough to advance. It's a 9-8, a 9-9, and a 9-8-5 so far today.
Dismount on the bar over there. So cool. That's so challenging. Danny is so good at bars. Swings high. Has clean form throughout the routine.
We'll have to see where it falls now for Ohio State. Two more competitors for Kentucky on floor. And just Gabby Stephen still to come. The anchor on beam where she was perfect last week. 2 weeks ago at Big Tens. She needs a 9.95 to break Michigan State's all-around record.
She's more than capable of that big score.
Right now it's a 39.775 set by Nikki Smith, our teammate who just posted a 9.875.
Gabby is a stunning beam worker. Open with that front aerial 2-foot. That is so hard to do. Most athletes you see do that skill either do a step out or in the tuck position because it's just too hard to get your legs over with your hips straight. Excels at that.
Numbers
Last
9.95.
pass. To her feet. Stays inbounds. Flirted with that line a little bit.
Oh my. This was a gymnastics clinic by Gabby Stephen.
And
There's
welcome,
no other way to put it. What a meet.
welcome to the 2025 NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship second round.
Gabby is such a rock star. We'll see what I just decide to do with the score. The only deduction I might have seen is on that first skill. Had a little bobble in the shoulder, but after that, the rest of the routine was perfection, just like she did at Big Tens.
The only question left is, was that bobble worth more than a half attempt deduction? We will find out. Here's DeHaan finishing off for George Washington. Very nice.
Good job to close it out for Delaney. I love the way she flares that Yurchenko full out. Makes it a little more special.
.9925 would tie. And Stephen with a 9.9.
What?
Oh, just off of the mark. But I mean, nobody's going to shake their head at a 39-7-5 in the all-around at regionals.
Or opening with a 10.
No. Well, what that does is even if Michigan State falters on Saturday, they are assured that they will have some representation with the 10 on vault. Steven, as well as 39-7-5 is going to be tough to beat. And, you know, if it goes as expected and LSU makes it, you're throwing out Kalen Chio and Haley Bryant's score. Maybe, you know, Kentucky
Hey, doing
could be
Apple
in there,
One.
but that said,
What's one thing you
Gabby
love?
Stevens' score is going to be better than theirs. So,
What is
no
that
matter
for?
what, she's really
That's for
put
who
herself
had
in
the
a
most
very good spot
experience will be
to
eligible.
advance to nationals by herself. She wants to be there with her team.
Well, I am authorized. Am I authorized? I could have sworn them. I'm looking for.
Choreography, like we saw in the intro of her Beamer team.
Kentucky finishes off with Kreslin on the right side of your screen. At her first 10 on floor earlier this
They
year.
never get back.
Hard to take your eyes off of Kreslin when she's on the floor exercise because of her choreography. Just sells the dance so hard. Puts a lot of effort and time before the season even starts to get that dance to the perfection that she wants it.
Kennedy, you want to hear an insane stat?
Yes.
20 of Kreslin's 23 career floor routines have been 9-9 or better. That's 87%.
And she's only a sophomore. So I can't wait to hear what the stat is in 2 years. And oh, what an unfortunate slip at the end. Deanna trying to close off. Has to repeat and do the dismount. Just looked like her foot slipped off the end. You know, those gainer dismounts seem easy, and they're not. You've got to be in the exact right position. And Kreslin, so strong with the front double twist at the end. Impressive doing that E-level pass to close it out. Had another similar celebration to what we saw at SEC.
You can only wear the.
Such a hype moment.
If you're
you didn't see it,
not
check it out on
working
their Twitter
here,
page.
only yes, you can.
Inspired by, I think, the basketball team, they said. It's gymnastics. It was men's gymnastics. Had watched some videos before the SEC championship. One of the biggest celebrations.
They never get back to me.
And she watched men's gymnastics before and saw a little bit of their swag celebration at the end of their routines.
So that 9-5
And we're looking for
is going to go away on floor once Kreslin's score comes in, and it will officially be the two-seeded teams, number 8 Michigan State and number 9 Kentucky, who will head into the regional final to take on whoever comes out of tonight's session between LSU, Arkansas. Those are the top teams in that one. Number 1 LSU, 16th ranked Razorbacks, and then Michigan unseeded this team for the first time in forever, and Maryland made it through as
so
well.
that means
Some SEC Big Ten flavor for you coming up here in Pennsylvania tonight. That's a celebratory Michigan State squad, 197-625, certainly off of their season high last
so
week of
on our final score is 197.625, and looks like we are on our way to the, and we are advanced tomorrow.
A 39-7-5 in the all-around, and did not have a score lower than 9-9 all afternoon long. I mean, from the very beginning, Kennedy, it seemed like everyone was ready to go. I mean, we saw sticks galore in that first routine, and it just continued that momentum for both Michigan State and Kentucky.
Started out with sticks and just carried it all the way through. Hopefully 2. Isabella into the double layout.
Nice.
We started the meet with a stick and we closed it with a
Everyone
stick.
loves to work at Junior Park Mall. That's better than shopping centers. Not to me it's not true, but I would take a look.
That might be her best so far. She has had a 9.85 on
Hey,
floor,
how you doing?
a 9.8
I have
on
a question.
and vault.
What is better,
Really good
working in
box
supermarkets
routine,
or
and one final floor to come up. Kendall Whitman closes it out. And this might be the best gymnast that you have ever heard of before. Kendall Whitman is incredible. A 9.975 career high on floor. Don't be surprised if she is the floor individual qualifier, and she's got to go big. Really hard skills.
We just saw one right there. A front handspring front, double front. The only other person that does that is Haley Bryant for LSU. That is a difficult pass. Kendall's also a floor specialist, so she's just been waiting all day for this one performance. Doing a nice job, has such fun choreography moments like right there.
Final go around as a grad student, the two-time now Eagles Senior Gymnast of the Year.
Wrapping up with their last pass here. Nice spot coming out. One of the most difficult routines in this competition in the NCAA. And she does it well.
Great way to close out our competition, but we are only halfway home here in State College. We still have one more exciting meet to go here in the second round of the NCAA Regionals. But kind of exactly what we were hoping to see. We saw 4 teams that were really on their A game, Kennedy, throughout this meet. Michigan State and Kentucky doing more than enough to advance. You can see the differential between Ohio State and Kentucky in second was more than a point and a tenth. But still, Ohio State, Penn State, excellent seasons. They dealt with so much adversity, and they were able to get through, get to the regionals, really put a nice competition together for both teams.
And both teams have a bright future ahead. These teams are young. Like we mentioned earlier, they got hit with that injury bug earlier. And an emotional moment for the seniors as well. Don't make it to that Saturday competition. This is the final competition for those 5th years of their career.
Final one for the Pitt transfer, Sydney Washington for Ohio State. Penn State will bid goodbye to Maddie Johnston in her 5th season, though such a young team as well, with Elizabeth Leary and Danny Latronica, Bella Missoura. I mean, Ellie Monahan, we go on, and those are only the freshmen. I think that there's very bright for Penn State, and Ohio State is going to have a lot to prove next year as well, as they are going to get some real weapons back. We are joined by the all-around winner from session number 1, Gabby Stephen. Gabby, congratulations with a 39.75. What was it like to compete in this environment early on? How have you been so dialed in the last couple of meets?
Yeah, it's been something that I've been working on really hard. Vault especially has been very frustrating with me. Learning a new vault 2 years ago, but sticking it for the first time here and getting that 10.0 was definitely an amazing feeling. But our team as a whole, this is where we're peaking, so it's been really good for us. We've been in this arena before, and we've had success in this arena before, so we were really excited to come back here.
Gabby, you guys were so close last year to making it to the national championship. What do you want to see from your team this weekend to start out the meet for you guys?
Well, what we keep saying is all we are is all we need. So just knowing that everything that we've been doing is really building up, and we are putting all the pieces together this year. We're a 2nd seed in this regional conference, so it's really, really encouraging for us to go do that and just show everybody if we do exactly what we did today, then we'll be perfect.
Gabby, this very well might be the most talented team Michigan State has ever had. I mean, Nikki, Sage, you are just surrounded by outstanding gymnasts. How have you all worked to make yourselves better this season?
Yeah, I think we really just play off of one another, not just in the gym, but like socially, we play off of each other very well and just bring the fun into it. So it's something that we really, really like to foster as our team culture, and that helps build off of each other a lot.
Gabby, what is it going to take for your dad to attempt another backflip?
Oh gosh, he's forbidden here. He's forbidden from me. So maybe if he hits the gym and we can approve it, but I'm not sure.
All right, so we'll do some off-season work with him then.
He's got to get in the gym.
Congratulations, Gabby, and to your entire Spartan team and advancing the regional final. Gabby Stephen was spellbinding in a lot of ways. Here's this perfect 10-0, first time she's ever done it on vault.
Beautifully done. No notes. Just perfection.
It was gorgeous. Bars. She was outstanding as well, putting in a 9.95.
And another stuck landing coming up.
You know, I think what defined Gabby today, and what we'll see as the difference the entire postseason, is landings. Today she was unbelievable, and a huge reason that Michigan State is pasting their name onto the big board.
And especially in this back half of the season, we know that's what it's going to come down to. Michigan State and Kentucky got those landings from Gabby, from Sage, from Isabella. They need those if they want to be in contention for the national championship. That's what all these teams are fighting for. They want to get out, but then they want to win.
All right, well, only two teams advanced. One was Michigan State. Kentucky was the other one, and the Wildcats ended up putting together an excellent finish, just 1/10 shy of Michigan State, even though they really had a big lead. Kentucky finished strong, 49-3-5 on beam, a 49-4 on floor. They were incredibly consistent, and they continue to show why, in terms of them advancing to Fort Worth, it's not out of the question by any means, and they are going to be right there when it's all said and done, is the feeling that I think we have going into Saturday.
And Kentucky still has so much left to give. Missing one of their heavy hitters, Haley Davis, maybe resting her for the regional final that they'll compete in on Saturday. This team is capable of a lot more.
Well, the Wildcat fans are excited as well. You see the guy in that blue cowboy hat. That's Bella Magnelli's dad making the trip from Suffern, New York, outside of New York City. I've seen him all over the country, though, so it is not a surprise at all in her final regionals to see him present, and Kentucky is moving on.
Wow.
And there was Haley Davis. I think I saw, look at that, there's a brace on her wrist.
Cautionary?
To get more clarity, I hope so, because it would be great to see her on floor. She would be a big boost here in this lineup, though. They did get a 49-4 on floor, so they certainly did well without her. They have those weapons, but this is a better team with Haley Davis, there's no question. All right, well, we know half of the regional final field. Michigan State and Kentucky moving on, the end of the road for Ohio State and the host, Penn State, here in State College. Coming up at 7 Eastern on ESPN.
Well, it looks like Michigan State and Kentucky are moving on, but who will be next? And that one, last one, I mean, until 7 o'clock p.m.
We see chalk once again in this
We'll be moving on.
I don't know. Michigan is going to have a lot to say about that. They're only one rank behind Arkansas in terms of AQS.
Yeah, we saw a fight in this first one, but the second competition, these teams are going to battle it out. Arkansas has been sitting, didn't compete at the SEC championship, so you know that they're ready to go.
Well, Alabama and Utah regionals are both currently underway. They are on ESPN+. You see Utah has their second rounds today as well. Alabama with the first round matchup here as Clemson battles Rutgers. We are back at 7 Eastern, right in the same spot on ESPN Plus for what should be an incredible competition to decide whether LSU, Arkansas, Michigan, or Maryland advance to join Michigan State and Kentucky in the regional final Saturday. That will do it for us for now with Kennedy Baker.
We'll see you back here at 7 p.m.
So long from Rec Hall,
and we were live from the Rec Hall at University of Park, Pennsylvania on the campus of Penn State University. We'll see y'all back here soon. Have a good day, everybody.